I stood by the window in my small apartment, looking out at the busy city below. At 28, my life wasn't where I had imagined it would be, but it was mine. I had a steady job, a fiancé I thought I could trust, and a future ahead. But as I looked at the wedding invitation, I couldn't ignore the tights feeling in my chest. Something wasn't right. Was I about to make the same mistakes I had tried to escape? Could I finally move forward, or would the past catch up with me? My mind wandered back to my childhood, a time when I never felt good enough. My parents always seemed to favor my sister, Emily. She was everything I wasn't: popular, charming, and always in the spotlight. I was the quiet one, the one who stayed in the background. Emily was always praised, while I felt invisible. The more I tried to stand out, the more I felt ignored. I spent most of my childhood feeling like I was just an extra in a family that only saw Emily. It wasn't just my parents who favored Emily. Everyone did. At family events, she was always the one getting attention. I remember one Christmas when I was 10. My parents bought Emily a shiny new bike. I thought maybe I'd get one too, but when I asked, my dad just said, maybe next year. But next year never came. I spent that Christmas alone, while Emily had everything she wanted. I felt forgotten, pushed aside. I couldn't help but wonder why I never seemed to matter. I tried not to let it bother me, but deep down, I couldn't ignore the hurt. As I grew older, I found comfort in books and my studies. School was where I could prove my worth, but my parents never noticed. My dad often told me, "Why can't you be more like Emily? Go out and make friends." But I didn't fit in with her crowd. My classmates called me weird, and even Emily sometimes joined in. The more I tried to find my place, the more I felt like an outsider. The isolation was painful. It always had been. But instead of letting it break me, I buried myself in my studies. I became good at school, better than anyone expected, but my parents still didn't care. When I worked on a science project, something I was really proud of, Emily mocked me. She said, "Are you really trying to get attention with that nerd stuff?" I was crushed. My parents didn't defend me. Once again, I was invisible. It felt like no matter what I did, I would always be second to Emily. The pain of being ignored, of never being enough, stayed with me as I grew up. Things only got worse when Emily spread a lie about me. She told my parents I was using drugs. I couldn't believe it. I tried to explain, but my dad yelled at me, and my mom just stood there, silent. "Why can't you just be like Emily?" he said. The hurt from my family's rejection was unbearable. I realized finally that no matter how much I tried, they would always choose Emily over me. That night, I locked myself in my room and cried for hours. For the first time, I knew I would never get their approval. I would never be the daughter they wanted. But that night, something inside me clicked. I realized I didn't need them. I had been chasing their love for too long, but maybe it was time to stop. I didn't need their approval to be happy. The only thing I needed was to believe in myself. Then, Ethan came into my life. He was different. He understood me in a way no one else had. He didn't care about my family problems. He saw me for who I truly was: smart, strong, and capable. With him by my side, I began to believe that maybe I didn't need my family's love to be happy. Ethan made me feel worthy, and for the first time, I didn't feel alone. He helped me realize that I had the power to build my own future without their judgment. I moved away, went to college, and started a new chapter in my life. With Ethan's support, I found my place. I was finally respected for my intelligence. In college, I excelled in economics. Professors noticed me, and for the first time, I felt like I mattered. One day, a professor offered me a job on Wall Street. I couldn't believe it. This was the opportunity I had been waiting for, the moment I had worked so hard for. My future was starting to look bright, and I was ready to embrace it. As my career took off, I found success, but the pain of my past never fully left me. My parents still hardly spoke to me. Emily's messages were always cold, full of jealousy and blame. I tried to ignore it, but it hurt. Despite everything I had achieved, it never seemed to be enough. No matter how much success I found, I couldn't shake the feeling that my family still didn't care. The more I built my life, the more I realized how much I had lost in the process. Then, Ethan proposed. The man I had grown to love so much asked me to marry him. I couldn't believe it. For the first time, I was truly happy. But as much as I was excited, I knew I had to face my family. Would they come to my wedding? Would they even care? The thought of inviting them filled me with anxiety. I wanted to move on from them, but deep down, I still wanted their approval. I wanted to feel like I mattered to them, even if I knew it was a long shot. I sent the invitation, hoping for the best but expecting the worst. When the responses came, they were cold, distant. My mom said, "Your father will walk you down the aisle." Emily's message was worse. "You always think only of yourself," she wrote. It hurt, but I knew that was all I was going to get. Even after everything, my family couldn't truly be happy for me. I had spent so many years chasing their love, and now I was realizing that it would never come. But I had Ethan, and that was all I really needed. The day of the wedding came, and I was overwhelmed with emotions. I had made peace with the fact that my family wouldn't be there. Ethan and I had created something beautiful, something real. But then, just before the ceremony, I got a call from my father. He couldn't make it to my wedding because Emily's promotion party was on the same day, the same Emily who had always been first. The pain was overwhelming, but in that moment, I knew it didn't matter anymore. I had my own life now. Ethan was there, supporting me as always. In that moment, I realized that my family's absence didn't define me. I didn't need their approval to be happy. I had built a life for myself, a life filled with love and respect. That was enough. I wasn't alone anymore. Ethan, my friends, and my grandparents were my true family. I didn't need to keep chasing the past. I had everything I needed right here. The wedding was perfect. It was everything I had dreamed of, but it was mine. Ethan and I made vows to each other to build a life full of love and understanding. But just when I thought I was free from the past, Emily showed up. She apologized, said she was sorry for everything. I didn't know how to feel. Could I forgive her? It wasn't going to be easy, but maybe, just maybe, we could start over. It wasn't perfect, but maybe we could rebuild something from the brokenness. A few months later, my parents sent me a message. They regretted not coming to my wedding and wanted to talk. I didn't know what to do. Should I forgive them? Ethan, as always, was there for me. "Take your time," he said. "There's no rush." For the first time, I realized that I didn't have to make a decision right away. I could take my time and think things through. I had a new life, a new family. I didn't need to rush anything. The future was mine to decide.